So today we're going to be reviewing and unpacking, unboxing, whatever you want to call it, the Bauer 8-inch Bauer buffer from Harbor Freight. It doesn't really matter what brand it is because I think they all come from the same factory in China when they buy from Harbor Freight, but I bought some good tools from Harbor Freight, so we're going to give it a chance. First, let's see what's in the box. Very little glitz and glamour on the box itself, which I personally like. You don't need a bunch of junk on there. No advertisements. If I'm going to buy your tool, I'm going to buy it no matter how much they advertise. Comes with a manual, fairly useless. Comes with two cotton discs. What do they call them? Okay, it's got bushings for larger ones. I like that. That's a nice touch. So, I mean, they're probably decent enough quality. Looks like we got a rougher one and a smoother one, possibly higher ply. Nice touch. Styrofoam, I like it. Fitted styrofoam on the inside, also nice. Thing's very heavy. Surprisingly heavy, actually. Oh, man. I'm unpacking on the table saw because my bench is literally covered in a radio alarm saw guts. So exciting, but a mess. Very pretty red. Very few tools are red these days. I think Craftsman power tools are red. Milwaukee, I guess, is red. Nice long shafts. I mean, this is ordinary for a buffer this size, but it's just nice because you can get around it better. It's got a safety switch. I like this style. Removable piece so it doesn't do anything. I never use that, but it's just they thought about it, so it's good. Both, yeah, these are both ordinary thread. I hate reverse threads, so 5/8 shaft, nice, good. Amazingly enough, I do not have any regular wrenches out here, so we're gonna use two inferior tools to make up for it. Probably just need to be crazy tight. I was wrong. I suspected this, but I am tightening, and that's loosening. This is tightening, so yeah, it's backwards. We're gonna check some dimensions. 0.617, very nearly 5/8 of an inch. Check this one. Looks like a 3/4. 0.777. And the flats, 0.66. That's not even ordinary. 0.66. That's what? 400ths over 5/8. It may just be super rough grinding. It looks pretty rough. That's like 100th off, so could just be that. Check the hole size, just in case I actually mouse anything. So 0.4, so you can fit a 3/8 in there. Rubber feet, little bungee, that's kind of nice. Keep you from rattling around. I think we're gonna try them without compound and see what happens. Sorry about the floor creaking. I'm walking on this old wood and it makes noises. We're gonna plug it in. I think it came with like a 6-foot cord or something insane like that. What are you gonna be doing with this thing? You do it like a handheld. Okay, plugged in. And before I turn this thing on, I'm going to have to ask you to subscribe and like this video right now. And if you did like this video, then you should definitely subscribe, because if you like the video, why not subscribe to a channel that makes videos you like? Anyway, let's turn it on. Wow. Move some air. Okay, this is a piece off the radio alarm saw that I'm taking apart that it moves inside a pivot, so I want it to be really, really smooth. So we're going to try it without the fuzz, without compound and we're going to see how this thing does. I don't think it's going to do anything much because it's just smooth. Definitely doing something. Let's put some compound on it and see what it does. I'm also going to be using this for knife handles and knife blades, so I don't really think I need to use the brown one. I think is the coarsest. White's middle, and then green is the smoothest. Look at that! You can't see a thing. Wow. It was discolored, like heat treating color and rust, and now it's all gone, and it's just that beautiful gray color. Yes, wow, that's cool. Just for kicks, we're going to use the white compound on this side to see if we can get a mirror polished. I am not really talking about the machine that much. I'm talking more about what it can do, because there's not really that much difference in these things in between brands. They're the same size. If you get an 8-inch with the long shafts, it's basically exactly the same dimensions. A lot of them are probably made in the same factory in China, and they run at basically the same RPM. This one says 3590. Most of them are 3600, 3400, around there. It's going to be very, very similar. That's basically mirror, almost. I see my finger now. Oh yes, look at that. That's pretty shiny. Something I do want to check on, because a lot of these pieces, this whole frame, all this stuff's going to be sandblasted before I put this thing back together and painted. I want to see, and some of this stuff, like the bolts, I'm going to sandblast, and I want to see if I can polish them after sandblasting. This piece right here is sandblasted. I want to see if after sandblasting I can get to a mirror polish or close to it, at least smoother than the sandblast finish. I'm gonna go with the white side because it's coarser, I think. And if this doesn't work, we'll just put the brown stuff on there and change it to a brown wheel, and that'll be okay. Wait a second. Green, white, and then brown. So I was wrong using the green one. I should use the white one and then the green one. Now green side. Okay, so that is after polishing. It's not horrible. I didn't do a very good job, but that's before polishing. Completely matte, no shine, and that's after. That's a decent finish. I'm okay with that on my bolts and stuff, I think. Nobody wants to know this, but I'm going to measure it just because, in case you can't go on harborfreight.com to look at the dimensions, and you just want to watch me do it, the wheels are a little bit over 8 inches, so you're going to need a good bit, you know, at least like a foot wide workbench, and lengthwise, you're looking at 23.5, so basically, you're going to need 2 feet sideways and more than that. You're going to want like at least like a 3x2 area to put this thing in. It can sit on 8 inches by 2 feet square. So if you're like sinking into a bench, that's okay. And the base is actually 5.5, so you might mount it on 2x6 and 7.5 wide. Now the way I'm going to mount this thing, along this entire wall over here, I'm going to build a workbench over there about a little less than 16 feet long maybe. It'll hold this, and I want it to fold down. So basically you'd have your counter behind it, and then when it folds down it will be flush with the rest of the table. I'm also going to mount my radial arm saw. When I get that all put together, and I also want the miter saw to be in there, and my bandsaw for cutting steel for knife making. All that stuff's going to be in the bench, so this is going to be part of that bolted down. If I get that done soon, I will put it in this video so you can see how this thing mounts, and then you can go watch the full build video on the bench on my woodworking channel, which is Measure Once Cut Twice. Measure Once Cut Twice, go over there and subscribe too. I'm thinking of changing the name though. I would like suggestions for that. Here's a little screw that's a little bit rusty. That's from the switch on the radial arm saw. If this is the kind of thing you're doing, you may want something more like a wool wheel. And this is the wool wheel with a very ancient bench grinder with it on there. I actually have it wrapped with tape because this is a 1/2 inch shaft that I put a 5/8 wheel on. Anyway, these ones are really, really stiff. So if you're doing little stuff like this, you're gonna burn your fingers up on the other one. Using this, I can do it and it'll actually polish up quite good. Let me show you. Got a little bit too deep of a rust on there to keep it perfectly clean, but that's a lot better than it was, and that's what you can do with the wool wheel. That would be good for that. With this one, you just sink in, and I don't think it would work very well. So, overall, this thing cost me $100 on sale at Harbor Freight. That's the reason I bought it. I was looking at the PowerTech model, which is $150, and it spins at half the speed. I watched a video from Redbeard Ops. Great YouTube channel, go check him out, definitely. I'm not going to help him out by saying that, but anyway. He said that the 1700 RPM, whatever it was, is safer than the 3600, whatever, around there. Maybe, but like if a knife blade hits you at 1700 RPM versus 3000, is it really going to hurt more? I don't know. I really don't know what's going to be better though. So safety-wise, don't think there's going to be a difference. And this says heat up faster, but it also works faster. So I don't think there's really a difference as far as that goes. Would I buy this thing again though? I think I would buy it again. Yeah, if I lost this thing or if it broke or whatever, if I did something stupid and broke it, I'd to go buy it again, and I would pay $140 for it even. I think. I don't know if I would buy it over the PowerTech. Probably not, because PowerTech is a brand that I actually know of and I buy. Like one from like a legit brand like Jet or Shopfox is like $600. I don't think that's worth it when you can buy one of these for a sixth of the price. And you can buy 6 of them and it'll probably last you a lot more than 6 times as long. If you're a knife maker and you polish handles and blades, I would definitely 100% recommend getting this. I do want to try a piece of wood actually. Let's just take a piece of walnut and round it over and see what it does. Of course I gotta rough it up because after cutting it with a knife it's gonna be super smooth. My biggest beef with the wool wheel was it got it black, and I think that's because of the compound I was using. So let's try this. I don't think it's going to get it black. It's going to be real pretty. Oh yeah. Let's do the white side and see what it does. Yeah, it's got a little bit of junk in there. Let's do a piece of light wood and see what it does. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, getting it dirty. It could be because this piece is too rough though. Maybe we'll just sand this a little bit and make it look better, and then we can try it again. Still dirty. So if you're doing knife handles, I wouldn't recommend using compound and then using steel and then doing wood, especially on a pale wood. This is super smooth, but it's dirty, so either you don't use compound at all, and then you can probably do both, or just have a clean wood wheel and a metal wheel. That's what I'll do. I'll probably be moving one of these, either stacking it or just taking it off and getting a new wheel that I'll do for wood. If you want to buy a buffer, stationary buffer, I totally recommend this one. I have never used a different one. I don't know anything else besides I would have heard from other people. I think this is a good one. I don't see anything wrong with it. I don't know. It just doesn't do that much, so there's not really that much they can do wrong. So anyway, if you like this video, I have to ask you again to subscribe and hit the notification button so you can see all the videos just like this one. Please hit that like button too, because I really like it when you give me a thumbs up, because that just makes me happy inside. So if you want to watch more videos just like this, go check them out on my channel. It's super easy to do, and all my videos are pretty much like this one. Not reviews, but you know, I'm in them, so it's pretty much the same. Anyway, it's been a while, but as always, I'll see you in the next one.